Disrupting chakra flow. When it comes to Genjutsu, this is absolutely one of the most dangerous types of jutsu in the entire Naruto world. It even completely shaped the fighting style of so many ninja out there. Just imagine, you're in the middle of a fight, and suddenly the enemy takes over your mind, trapping you inside a fake world without you even realizing it. That's seriously terrifying, right? But don't worry, because ninja actually developed some insanely impressive methods to deal with this kind of attack. The very first and most important method is disrupting the chakra flow. This is literally the foundation of every Genjutsu release technique. Here's how Genjutsu basically works. The attacker slips into the target's chakra system inside the brain, creating illusions that feel totally real, or even putting the victim to sleep. To break out of this, a ninja has to create a powerful chakra shock, something strong enough to shatter the current flow and basically reset the whole system. But here's the truth, not everyone can pull this off. It actually requires three key things: razor-sharp awareness to realize you're caught in the trap, and insanely good chakra control. Only the truly elite ninja can break free from Genjutsu on their own in such a badass way. Take Sakura, for example, during the Chunin exams, when she faced Kabuto's wide-area Genjutsu. While most other ninja just collapsed instantly, she actually realized she was about to get trapped and broke the illusion by herself, all thanks to her natural talent with chakra control. Or look at Shikamaru. He once escaped Genjutsu on his own, and then just laid back down so he wouldn't have to fight. That's peak Shikamaru energy right there. If you didn't know, the Nara clan's secret jutsu is shadow manipulation through yin release. And guess what? Yin release is also used to cast Genjutsu. So when it comes to weaker illusions, Shikamaru can totally break them on his own. That's pure individual skill shining through. Even Naruto, when he first encountered Itachi, tried to forcefully break out of the illusion by blasting his chakra as hard as he could. But unfortunately, it didn't work. And that shows the truth. Not every ninja can save themselves all the time. That's when teammates become the ultimate lifesaver. This method works on a super simple but highly effective principle. An ally from the outside injects their chakra into the victim's body, creating an external disruption in the flow. You can literally use Genjutsu release by pressing your fingers onto the target and blasting them free from the illusion. The scene where Sakura saves Naruto from Itachi's Genjutsu is a perfect example of this. In that moment, Sakura's chakra literally became the key that unlocked Naruto's freedom. Speaking of teammates, I've got to mention another ninja who managed to escape Kabuto's Temple of Nirvana Genjutsu. That's Shino Aburame. Now, he wasn't exactly alone. He had allies living inside his own body, the Aburame clan's parasitic insects. These bugs weren't affected by the illusion at all, because they don't have human-like brains or senses. So they kept moving and acting normally, which totally helped Shino realize he was caught in Genjutsu. And if we're talking about allies, the most legendary support of all has to be the tailed beasts. Honestly, this is a privilege that only Jinchuriki get, and I've got to say, it feels almost mythical. With their insanely powerful chakra and independent consciousness, tailed beasts can just break through almost any Genjutsu control with ease. Killer Bee is the perfect example. When Sasuke thought he had Bee trapped in a sharingan illusion, Gyuki, the Eight Tails, basically stepped in like, "Yo, wake up, snap out of it." Sure, Obito was strong enough to manipulate Yagura even with a tailed beast inside him, but Sasuke's Genjutsu at the time of his fight with Killer Bee wasn't anywhere near that level yet. Each of these methods has its own unique strengths and weaknesses. Breaking free on your own totally shows off your personal skill, but it demands insanely high ability. Getting help from a teammate is super effective in a group, but it completely depends on having someone else nearby. And the support from a tailed beast? That's absolutely overwhelming power, but only reserved for those lucky and strong enough to be Jinchuriki. The world of Naruto honestly built a brilliantly balanced system. No jutsu is ever completely untouchable. There's always some kind of counter or way to fight back. And that's exactly what makes the battles in the series so ridiculously intense and exciting to watch. Using pain. When the Genjutsu is way too strong, and you can't break it on your own, and there's no teammate around, what can you even do? Well, you can use physical pain. This is absolutely one of the most badass ways ninja can show off their iron will. Genjutsu messes with the mind, creating illusions so real the victim can't even tell what's fake anymore. But physical pain hits the nervous system directly, smashing through the genjutsu's focus and snapping the victim back to reality. Talking about this method, we can't forget Kurenai, a jonin completely specialized in genjutsu. When she got trapped by Itachi's sharingan illusion, she literally bit her lip until it bled just to break free. She couldn't beat Itachi in the end, but her awareness in that moment was seriously sharp. And who could ever forget Shikamaru's absolutely iconic finger-breaking move? When he was caught in Taiyuya's sound-based genjutsu, the lazy genius didn't even hesitate. He straight up snapped his own finger to create enough pain to shatter the illusion. Brutal, but insanely effective. This method has one huge advantage. It's super simple and instantly effective. Literally any ninja can use it. No need for complex skills or special chakra. But the most important thing is still awareness. You've got to realize you're under genjutsu before you can act. And let's be real, most victims don't even notice they're trapped in the first place. Of course, we also have to admit the obvious limits. This method is completely useless against high-level genjutsu like Itachi's Tsukuyomi. When you're facing illusions that can literally distort time and space, basic physical pain just won't cut it. And honestly, this method demands something not everyone has, the raw courage to hurt yourself on purpose. Plus, you better not go too far with the pain, bro. If you end up messing yourself up too badly, sure, you might escape the illusion, but you'll still lose the fight. That's the real beauty of the using pain method. It shows off the unbreakable spirit and steel will of true ninja. In the next part, we're gonna dive into even more complex and powerful methods. But before we move on, smash that like button and hit subscribe, my friends. If not, I'll cast a genjutsu on you myself. You hit it yet? Alright, let's keep going. Wielding sharingan. Yeah, this is literally what made the entire Uchiha clan legendary, and basically immortal in the eyes of fans. Sasuke himself straight up said it. Don't mess with Uchiha when it comes to eye jutsu. The sharingan isn't just some special pair of eyes. It's basically the ultimate tool for casting genjutsu and countering it. Its enhanced perception, or heightened awareness, works like a super radar, instantly spotting any weirdness in chakra flow. That means when an enemy throws a genjutsu, a sharingan user can immediately sense the disruption and react. The sharingan works like a surreal filter, letting Uchiha ninja clearly tell what's real and what's illusion. That's exactly why Uchiha members are always seen as genjutsu nemesis. They can see through the essence of any illusion with just one look. For example, and to make it super clear, I'll give you some examples. Well, when it comes to detecting and breaking genjutsu, the sharingan has tons of cases. First up, we've got the legendary fight between Sasuke and Itachi at the Uchiha hideout. When Sasuke thought he had stabbed Itachi from behind, he quickly realized it was just an insanely clever illusion. Right after, he instantly thrust his Chidori spear backward and proudly declared, "My eyes are way stronger now." Yep, he recognized the genjutsu thanks to his eyes. Similarly, Kakashi, even though he's not an Uchiha but has a sharingan, also showed off incredible genjutsu awareness when facing Obito in Kamui space. This proves that sharingan's power doesn't just come from blood, it's all about how you use it. However, Kakashi's sharingan couldn't handle Itachi's Tsukuyomi. Even though he tried, he ended up bedridden for a while after being tortured by Itachi's illusion. According to Itachi, only someone with the same bloodline using sharingan could break that genjutsu. Who? Sasuke, obviously. But young Databayo Sasuke was still too green, so he got hit by Tsukuyomi like everyone else, right up until their final fight. Itachi even tried to hit Sasuke with Tsukuyomi that would make it look like he ripped Sasuke's sharingan out. In the end, Sasuke finally broke it and stood up. Yeah, that's seriously impressive. But sharingan isn't just about spotting genjutsu. Users can not only break illusions, they can literally reflect them back at the attacker. This is basically the ultimate mental counterattack. Itachi perfectly showed this when he faced Kurenai. When she tried to use genjutsu against him, Itachi effortlessly flipped the illusion right back at her. This scene absolutely demonstrates the overwhelming power of the sharingan, not only immune to genjutsu, but capable of turning the attacker into the victim of their own illusion. And remember this, bro, in the Naruto universe, there are 3 things you absolutely never do. Don't fight Might Guy in Taijutsu, don't fight Itachi in Genjutsu, and don't fight Naruto in Talk no Jutsu. Of course, The absolute power of the sharingan comes with some clear limitations. First is exclusivity. It only belongs to Uchiha clan members or a very few people who have it transplanted. This makes sharingan one of the rarest ways to break genjutsu. Second is the insane chakra consumption, especially against super strong genjutsu. Man, you never know when an opponent will hit you with an illusion, so you have to keep the sharingan activated constantly, and this seriously drains your chakra. It can totally wear out your body. The sharingan is basically the symbol of superiority when it comes to dealing with genjutsu. It doesn't just give absolute defense, it lets the user instantly switch from defense to offense in a blink. That's exactly why the Uchiha clan is always seen as one of the strongest clans in the entire ninja world. Overriding genjutsu. This is straight up the art for true genjutsu masters. The stronger genjutsu method works on a super interesting principle. Instead of trying to break the illusion by disrupting chakra, the ninja throws down an even stronger genjutsu to completely overpower the enemy's control. It's basically like a mental showdown, where the stronger illusion totally crushes and cancels out the weaker one. Honestly, it's one of the most impressive ways to flex dominance in the ninja world. But remember, genjutsu is usually cast on others. The only illusion you can throw on yourself is Izanagi. That's why this overriding method is mostly used to break allies free. This method demands not just insanely strong chakra, but also a deep understanding of genjutsu itself. The ninja has to notice when an ally is trapped, quickly analyze the situation, then instantly drop a stronger genjutsu to flip everything around. One of the most classic examples is when Sasuke and Itachi got caught in Taiyuya's genjutsu, controlled by Kabuto during the Fourth Great Ninja War. And bro, Taiyuya's flute illusion was totally non-physical, meaning even their Susanoo couldn't block it. So what did the brothers do? They had to hit each other with genjutsu to snap each other out of the control. Absolute big brain move. They looked each other straight in the eyes and cast their illusions on one another, and inside that mental world, their genjutsu literally freed each other. And when we're talking about overriding genjutsu, we absolutely cannot skip Kotoa Matsukami, one of the most broken illusions in the entire series. Its power is so insane, it can even override the binding of Ito Tensei. That fact alone proves it can pretty much crush almost any illusion out there, except for the almighty Mugen Tsukuyomi. This is basically the perfect symbol of absolute mind control power. What's truly wild about this method is how exclusive it is. Only ninjas with god-tier genjutsu skills can pull it off. You gotta be able to instantly analyze the structure of the opponent's illusion, then throw down a genjutsu that's not just stronger, but way more complex, so it completely dominates. You either have to be a seasoned pro who's ridiculously trained and battle-tested in illusions, or you just gotta be born in Uchiha. But let's be real, there are serious risks here too. If you fail, not only are you still stuck inside the original genjutsu, but you'll also be totally drained because of the insane chakra cost. That's exactly why this method is reserved only for ninjas who are fully confident in their own skills. Having the rinnegan. Yeah, aside from rocking a sharingan, you can also straight up use the rinnegan to break out of illusions, of course. Only if you're lucky enough to actually have one. The rinnegan is literally the ultimate symbol of power in Naruto, sitting way above both the sharingan and the byakugan. With the rinnegan, the user can absolutely master any ninjutsu and also use all 5 basic nature transformations. On top of that, its insane perception allows it to analyze the structure of any genjutsu, from the most basic illusion to the most ridiculously complex ones. Once it fully understands how the illusion works, breaking out becomes almost laughably easy, like blowing out a candle. And you know what? The rinnegan can even stand against the strongest genjutsu the ninja world has ever seen. We're talking about Mugen Tsukuyomi, the illusion that literally traps the entire world in an eternal dream. Only the rinnegan has the raw power to put up a defense against that nightmare-level jutsu. The most legendary moment, without question, was when Sasuke used his rinnegan together with Susanoo to shield Team 7 from Madara's Mugen Tsukuyomi. That's when they became the absolute last sparks of hope for the whole ninja world. So yeah, if you can straight up tank the strongest illusion in existence, what other genjutsu could possibly mess with you? Sasuke even used his rinnegan to cast genjutsu on all 9-tailed beasts at the same time. Can you even picture that? 9 of the strongest monsters in the ninja world, each one strong enough to literally destroy an entire nation. Yet one single guy puts them all under control with pure eye power. The strongest eye out of the big three is definitely no joke. With this kind of insane power, besides Mugen Tsukuyomi, the rinnegan can basically override any genjutsu out there. So yeah, you can totally say the rinnegan works like an unbreakable wall in the genjutsu game. And instead of just saving themselves, the person with rinnegan can absolutely become the shield for their whole squad. Of course, that god-tier power comes with some serious conditions. First, rarity. Only a handful of ninjas in history ever had the rinnegan. From Hagoromo Otsutsuki, the legendary sage of six paths, to Madara, Nagato, Obito, and finally Sasuke. Sounds like a long list, but if we're being real, outside of the sage himself, the entire ninja world only had like 3 rinnegan total in Naruto. But then in Boruto, suddenly rinnegan started showing up a lot more. Second, the massive amount of chakra you need to keep the rinnegan active. Unlike sharingan or byakugan, this thing demands a ridiculously huge chakra pool to show its full potential. I mean, just look at Obito. This dude was built like a tank, but even he only dared to rock one single rinnegan eye. This is honestly the peak that every ninja dreams of, but only a chosen few can actually reach it. Drop a comment and let me know what you guys think about the absolute power of the rinnegan. Besides the main methods we already talked about, there are also some unique ways to break out of special genjutsu. For example, the self-awakening method. Specifically, when you're trapped in Izanami, that terrifying infinite loop genjutsu of the Uchiha, the only way out is to realize your own mistakes and change the way you think. That's literally an inner battle, where willpower and self-reflection become the only real key to freedom. Next up, we've got the method Deidara used to challenge the Uchiha's power. This dude actually trained his left eye to detect and resist sharingan genjutsu. That's just insanely bold, like a regular ninja looking a legendary dojutsu straight in the eye and saying, "Nah, not today." But to be clear, this eye only works against genjutsu created by other dojutsu users. And finally, there's the total immunity of Edo Tensei warriors. You see, legendary figures like the past Hokage simply can't be affected by any genjutsu, not even the almighty Mugen Tsukuyomi. That basically means you can only cast illusions on living beings. Alright, now you've got all the methods to break genjutsu in your pocket. So go out there and claim a glorious victory against those genjutsu specialists. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.